What is SSI's purpose in participating at 2 UNHCR consultations later this month?
SSI has resolved that it plays a significant role in Australia, in New South Wales and locally, in resettling refugees, supporting asylum seekers when their status is unresolved, and working at trying to develop a humane and good policy around, public policy around these issues. Therefore, it makes sense that as an organisation, we want to make an impact at that international level, both in terms of informing what the UNHCR may resolve in the area of refugee resettlement and the global crises that might occur, but more importantly, an opportunity to sit around the table and talk with key decision makers at the UNHCR, member states, other NGOs and refugees to talk about how best to address the issues that are confronting us and humanity at a global level.
How will SSI use its seat at the table to achieve better outcomes for displaced people and clients?
SSI has worked very hard over the last 2 years. So we've attended Geneva the last 2 years. When we go in June, it'll be the 3rd time that we're attending. And we have worked so hard and gone in a way with really specific goals that we've been able to convince a number of our colleagues in the UNHCR that we are serious about what we're doing, that we have a lot to offer, and therefore we have been invited, for example, for this annual tripartite consultation on resettlement and the NGO consultation to actually moderate and organise 2 workshops, one on economic participation and one on youth and integration. Because the theme this year for the NGO consultation is youth. And we have, of course, a wealth of knowledge to contribute towards these themes and around good practice, but also we are humble enough to know that we can learn from others. And the UNHCR consultations, both the ATCR and the consultation, are outstanding opportunities to network with hundreds and hundreds of other NGOs and hear about what they're doing, compare notes and develop really sound relationships that can benefit our communities for many years to come.
Who from SSI will be attending and what will be their roles during the consultations?
Well, I will be attending this year, so it'll be the 2nd time I'm going, and that builds on the networks and the knowledge that I have been able to harness over the last couple of years. I've been to, as I mentioned earlier, The Hague, and I've been to Norway, where we've done working groups around integration and looked at best practice and also, of course, understanding these processes. They're very complex processes at the UNHCR, and so being able to understand that is a really good way in actually able to utilise those systems and those networks to better influence policy and approaches and protocols that the UNHCR might have. Therefore, also being head of an organisation from Australia has some currency over there. So when you're actually meeting with other like-minded organisations and member states and senior UNHCR people, it does go a long way to be able to say that you're heading a key organisation that does really important work in refugee resettlement in Australia. The other person attending this year is Esther Pascalis-Chillis, who is our member relations and stakeholder relations manager. And Esther will play a critical role in actually further developing the amazing networks and contacts that we have over the past. Last year we attended the IOM workshop and developed some good contacts there around the work that they do and how we can actually better work with them, collaborate with them. And also a number of different organisations from New Zealand, Canada, USA, UK, and many of the European countries, particularly the Scandinavian countries, around how we can work collaboratively, how we can actually showcase best practice. What does it actually mean when you talk about integration? What are some of the good practices around pre-arrival that you can do with your refugees prior to coming to put them in a better position once they arrive? So the whole gamut of questions that are important to us as service providers, but also important to us about using that information and taking it back to those decision makers and saying, this is the way to go. Here is some valuable information from our case managers and our people at the coalface, people who've lived experience and people who are experts, and hopefully that is going to influence approaches. And the third amazing person from SSI team is Dor Achiek. Now Dor, as you know, many of you as you know, is a refugee himself, so his voice and his lived experience gives great legitimacy in those corridors and around those tables. Dor's also played a significant role in coordinating the YAE, the Global Youth Consultations, and he's done an outstanding job in running Consultations in New South Wales, along with other organisations. And he will be presenting. He's going to be a very, very busy young man over the 2 weeks that he'll be in Geneva, attending youth consultations and the ATCR and the NGO consultation. So the three of us are going to be a great team, tweeting and writing reports and networking on behalf of SSI and our member organisations and all of you, in hopefully in being able to influence UNHCR and other organisations there to better address the issues that are facing our clients and our communities.
Thank you.